Nice to see you again.
Likewise.
So I put this on.
I wasn't expecting this surprise.
I didn't even know either. All of a sudden, I'm like, okay, we had somebody Paula talking to somebody. What are we talking about, ladies? Do y'all know?
I don't know. What do you
Oh, Lord.
Glad we're recording.
I just put that it was all things like love and intimacy. So
Okay, so the name of your company is?
Love and Intimacy 101.
Welcome to the SBA Weekly Business Tip. I am Martin.
Oh. Look, I was like, I'm a homemade break.
COVID-19. This is definitely the time.
How many new spots did Martin do the other day?
Business plan is a
5 or 6, I think.
Oh, okay.
I'll have them ready for Monday.
All right, cool. Love and Intimacy 101.
Yes.
And next steps. Also monitor core
I told you it's going to be good.
And Bloom Match.
Yes, it's going
Al,
to be good.
I'm putting a seatbelt on here.
Yeah, you're going to need it.
This is...
And this is on, what is that right there?
Okay, so this is Facebook.
No, I
On
mean,
the mic with Mike.
okay. Because I'm about to share it.
So, can you pull the microphone a little bit this way? Because that's blocking Paula's face.
I can back it up.
Paul, no, we need that to come to you.
Oh.
How can we get Paula?
When we bring it all the way back and I sit back? Oh, there we go.
I don't know. Nah, this microphone isn't gonna let me do that.
There you go.
No,
So it's that one right there in front of Paula's face. How about if I come this way a little bit?
What do you want me to do?
now you maybe go that way a little bit, Paul.
Oh. Oh, yeah, we're good there.
That cool?
Can't wait to get rid of these things.
How about with the door? Are we good with, do we need
Mike, you're
to?
going to be completely out
I'm
of it.
good.
Okay. Every so often I'll come in, hey, what's up, y'all?
Y'all see Coach K? Coach K. My baby. My baby. Let me see. Coach K, can y'all see it? Can you see it? Are you in there?
Mike almost in there.
Yeah, Mike.
Okay, Paula, you're good right there. Just move the.
There you go.
Okay, Paula, you're
Alright, y'all.
good.
Mention on the mic with Mike and receive 20% off. That number again is 4-205-503.
Love and Intimacy 101.
Yes.
Mike, smell. That's that Layla butter I
Oh,
was telling
yeah,
you
yeah,
about.
yeah.
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 I told you that's the shirt he lead.
Oh, it's nice and subtle.
Girl, it's amazing.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to On the Mic with Mike. I'm Mike, and those are my grandkids right there. Shout out to them for the awesome promo. The program you're listening to is On the Mic with Mike, 1 to 2 p.m. Monday through Friday, WJFN Radio, 100.5, 92.7, 820 a.m. Today, folks, okay, so this is the program, what we do here. We've gone from SBA Wednesday. We had RVA Magazine talking about the business of journalism and how they became the definitive go-to place chronicling what's happening in Richmond. And now, folks, it's a little different here. It is Friday. Normally, we're on with Paula Pardell at 1:45, but her segment's blowing up so much. We're here at 1:36 bringing it to you. So if you're looking at us on Facebook, Mike King here, Coach K of Love and Intimacy
101.
101, okay.
Yes.
101. And we have Paula Pardell, Bloom Matchmaking. This is called Modern Love with Paula Pardell. Paula, welcome back.
Thanks, Mike.
All right, Coach K, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
All righty, ladies. I don't know what this is gonna turn into. So we all know what Paula Pardell. She is the premier matchmaker here. Like I say, stop swiping left or right. We brought in Coach K because I have a creative mind, and shout out to Sandra Wilson for the connection. Okay, so now, Coach K, please explain who you. I see the shirt that says Sexpert.
Yes.
Okay, folks. Okay, folks. This is a business show. Okay. Tell exactly what the heck you do, and please explain to people.
So, hi everybody. My name is Konya Ford, but everyone just calls me Coach K. I am a certified clinical sexologist and master sexologist, which less intimidatingly known as a life, love, and intimacy coach. So
that does sound a lot less.
Yes.
That does sound a lot less. It's safer that way because the real title is kind of...
It's scary.
It's kind of scary. Okay.
It is. It makes people call in to get help, and then they realize, oh, okay, so you're not going to put me into different... No, we're not going to put you in positions and show you what to do. But I will talk to you about best practices, boundaries, and how to attract the person that you like. And then maybe I'll hand them over to Miss Paula.
That's right.
So
ready.
One of the things that we talk to, Paula talks about boundaries and communication, and those are certain things. So ladies, could you touch on the importance of those in relationships? So Paula's out there trying to help people find true love. You're helping people when they're finding love, but also in the relationship. Talk a little bit about the importance of communication and boundaries, ladies.
Well, boundaries in sex and relationships are very important. You've got to set those straight and you got to stick to them. Don't you think? That's the hard part, is sticking to them.
Yeah, absolutely. Honestly, boundaries need to be set on the front end.
So there's no problems on the back end.
On the back end. I am a proponent of premarital coaching. Because there are conversations, when two people get together, it's like, oh, I don't want to hurt their feelings, so I'm just going to accept this thing that they do. 5 years down the line, it's like, well, you've changed. Like, no, I've always hated it. I just never knew how to tell you that I hated it. So those are the areas that I help with. So I'm not just with the already together couple. It's with the people who are right beyond your phase of, all right, they got together. Now let's have some truth telling.
That's so true, and I talk about that when I'm talking to my clients also. Setting your boundaries and doing things that are truly you. We ask the questions like, once you are in a relationship, how much do you like to be intimate? Because we know that once you're in an established relationship, the amount that you're going to be intimate with someone does change. When we're first in a relationship, it's all hot and heavy, maybe it's been a while, but once we're in the relationship 6 months to a year down the road, we're going to go back to who we are. And not everybody requires intimacy as much as other people. So we want to get people that are aligned in that, because it can create a lot of animosity, and you'll feel that your partner doesn't care for you, and it may not be not about caring for you, it's just they just don't need to do that.
Ladies and gentlemen, the program is On the Mic with Mike. This is Modern Love. We got Paula Pardell. We got Coach K. We are helping you go off into the weekend correctly.
That's right.
We're a little longer today because sometimes folks need a little bit more help than others. Now, I've been out of the game for 40 years, so maybe the techniques that worked in the 80s, they don't work anymore.
I don't know. Maybe some of those techniques in the 80s need to come back around the corner, because it appears that you're not the only one that's sitting on the outside of the game, because some of this new age stuff may not be working.
Okay, so we've had Paula talking about communication, boundaries. What's the number one problem that you see when people show up at your doorstep that they have?
Communication. They're not talking.
Okay, so now let's go on the thing. Who ain't talking? Is it the men or the women?
Surprisingly, the couples that I've coached, it was the husband that reached out. And people think that that's odd, but there are women who will sit and just be okay. And they will just take and take and take until one day it's like you shook up the soda bottle
And took the top off.
took the top off. And it's like, I don't know what she just did, but I can't handle it. Make her want me again. And it's like, so what are we talking about?
One of the things I think from the man's standpoint is, man, we don't know how to explain certain things. Like I tell people, now this is scientific, folks. This is it coming from me. If you watch sports, see, that's one of the great parts about having a radio program. I've been dying to tell people this. If you watch men playing sports and they win a championship, the men are just over the top. They're falling down. They're crying like they were 8 years old.
Yeah.
When you watch women and they win, they're happy. Mm-hmm. But they're not like the men are. Because we haven't had a chance to do that at any other time. There's no other time that we really could let the guard down. Two women could get together and be friends and tell their whole life story in 10 minutes and know all the stuff because they laid it out there. Men have to do something tough together. Sports, military, some kind of hard job. When you let the guard down and you start saying things like, I kind of like this, and the person goes, really? One time I walked in on my sons and they were watching John Q. And it was my two sons, they were about 13, and their friend. They are doing their best not to start crying. I'm looking at them. They're holding it back, and I'm just looking at them. This is the part where I'm going to kill myself, and they're pulling muscles because they don't want to start crying, because that's a tearjerker. All right, so folks, I get off the soapbox. Paula Pardell, please let folks know how, when you think about what Coach K does, how that plays into your world.
Well, we all want to be in healthy relationship, and intimacy and sex has a lot to do with that. That's all a part of our relationship.
We never heard that before, Coach K. You've been talking about boundaries and communication. We didn't get to the juicy stuff.
Yeah, no, we didn't, but you're bringing it out, aren't you?
I was telling Paula, how I met my husband. We've been married. Well, we've been together about 17 years.
Congratulations.
Thank you. We've been married about 14, 15-ish years. And the way we got together is I just met him, and it was a one-night stand that never ended, literally. And that's not a common practice, I'm pretty sure, in the dating world. But I was able to do so because I was totally in tune with me. So when I was in this presence of this person, I already knew that's where I'm going to be.
Okay.
But everybody can't jump there that quickly because there's a stigma of, oh, no, I can't do that on the first date. Well, why not?
Al Green? Al Green? Al's holding his hands up like, hey.
I need for people to own their sexuality, own themselves, be in control of it, and not be ashamed of it.
Okay.
Now, I'm not saying going out and,
Letting your... No, not...
being that garden tool all over the world.
Yes.
I'm not saying that, but I am saying that this is something that you should own, and you should be very proud of it. And how you use it should be at your discretion, not at the outlookers looking in and their description.
Let me ask you, so how do you take that and turn that into a business? How do you market your business to kind of reel in some people's... Like, when I first met Paula, I told people, I'm a matchmaker, I'm a business matchmaker, and she's like, you're a real matchmaker? Like, the kind of hook... no, it's not hooking people up. That's not what she does. But how do you turn what you do into a business? And what has COVID done to your business practice? That's what the inquiring minds want to know.
The way I turn into a business, right now, I've created an Own Your Ish Sis boot camp. And what that is focused on the 25-year-old to 45-year-old female who has truly lost her way. So what I do is I instill a ownership comfortability inside of people so that they are not worried about, well, I can't go and ask him out because, back in those days, women didn't ask men out. When you go to this boot camp, you're going to own it. And if you want to ask somebody out, or you want to date, or you want to do whatever you want to do, that's how I turned this into a business, by creating comfortable, confident women. Men, you guys, somebody, one day somebody will help you all too. Don't get me wrong.
That's cool. All right, man, we'll get to you guys down the road.
We'll get to you one day.
You find your own expert.
But my laser focus is on that leading female that knows how to be submissive as well as dominant. So to be a submissive dominant. And then COVID has done wonders for my business because I actually love doing one-on-ones virtually with my clients. They can be anywhere in the world, and we can do a Zoom session, and it works. People are spending a lot of time together, so they are in that, I didn't realize how much I didn't like you until I had to spend every day with you. Well, it's because you didn't have to talk to them. You didn't see them, but for maybe, honestly, 2 hours a day is probably the most you spent with your partner. when everybody was working. And then on the weekends, you were trying to stay as busy as possible. You got that one good day in. Sunday, you're relaxing. You start all over again. Now those 2 hours a day has turned into 8 hours of, what am I going to talk to this lady about now? If
She's heard every story, every joke. Did I tell you? Yeah, you told me that in 1997. Oh, you were there with me when. It does take. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys would want to call in, Paula, she does. Like I said, she does take walk-ins. She's here every Friday. Paula Pardell with Modern Love. We got Coach K. We got Sandra Wilson. This is just, it's going off the rails. If you'd like to call us, give us a call at 804-778-8888. It's On the Mic with Mike Friday. I was going to say Friday Love. No, it's Modern Love with Paula Pardell. We'll be back in just a moment. I got to take a break.
I like what you're saying, embracing your femininity and your masculine
Oh,
side.
yeah.
Like, men have a hard time embracing their feminine side. Women
Yes.
have the hard time also
Yes.
with that back and forth. And men are afraid to express themselves because they're going to be looked at that they're not
Strong enough.
manly
Oh, yeah.
if they express their feelings.
Going through my certification, I put a lot of practices into my marriage, and the communication that me and my husband have is very strong. Like, when I say that I tell him everything and he tells me everything, if we're out together and there's a beautiful woman looking, I'm like, look, you see her?
I
that's
married
what
that
you're supposed
person.
to- Right, you're supposed to.
But no, it can be kind of uncomfortable, because if you're more the outgoing one, and it takes, one time me and my wife were walking and a man walked out. There was a man walked out of the store, and we both said at the same time, "Damn!"
Because y'all know each other.
It just
It's
popped out
comfortable,
like,
yeah.
wow, like the guy's gonna come here, Kevin Fox, the suited Fox. He has a chest out. When I tell people I go meet up with him, I got to put the
You suck
spanks
in,
on.
you put it together. You be like, hey. And then you go outside and say, Lord have mercy.
We went out, and so it was
Is he
him,
single?
my wife, and me. They're hanging at the bar. I just laid back to the back. Let them. They having a great time.
Yeah.
I'm good. I married a live wire.
And it takes time to get to that point.
Yes.
And it's constant work. And those are the things, like one of the couples that I've coached have been together a long time. And they just got to a stuck place. And it was just opening that communication back up. And to see a transformation from week 1 to week 10,
Last spot.
Alrighty.
totally
We get
different.
lost in every day and kids and bills.
Yep. Work. Forget how to talk to each other. Forget how to just, one of the things I told them is every single day when you get home, I don't care what time it is, embrace for a minimum of 2 minutes and get the chest-to-chest energy. That was one of their tasks.
Okay,
They
hold on.
had-
You got to drop that one. You got to drop that one on people right there.
See, I told you he was gonna love Coach K.
This is. Oh,
She's my go-to. I call her all the time.
I was just sitting there going, "Hey, we should have her come on with this with Paula. This is gonna be crazy. This will be kind of crazy."
How much time is it?
151.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to On the Mic with Mike. This is Modern Love. Mike King, Paula Pardell. Paula, how you doing?
I'm good. This is fun.
This is fun. We got Coach K. Paula, let people know how they can find you.
You can find me at bloommatchmaking.com. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and give me a call at 804-205-5063.
And for the folks who really need her, you can give Paula a call here Fridays, 804-778-8888. We got Coach K here. Coach, how do people find you?
All right, you can go to my website, which is loveandintimacy101.com. On Instagram, I'm Coach K101, K-A-Y spelled out. And on Facebook, it's Love and Intimacy 101. And you can always feel free to give me a call at 804-967-4551.
All right, Paula, what's new and exciting in the dating world? We talked about boundaries, you talked about communications. What's new and exciting that you could give to our listeners?
Well, I think it's new and exciting. I know I mention this all the time, but people are taking more time to get in these physical relationships. They're thinking about it more. They're considering, is this worth it? Are you COVID worthy? Am I going to let you, violate my 6 feet of distance?
It takes a lot now.
So I think that is a good thing. But I'm getting busy. I'm matching people. I've got people calling me all over the place because they're realizing that real relationships are so important now more than ever.
All righty, Coach K, you dropped something. I tell people, all right, folks, on the mic with Mike, this is the place where we break news, we bring in the game changers. You talked about a practice that you talked about going chest to chest. Please explain to people what that is.
So one of the activities that I give to my couples is to do a chest-to-chest embrace every day, if possible, for a minimum of 2 minutes. So that means when whoever walks into the door at the end of their day, they need to embrace each other. They don't have to squeeze tight, but it should be chest-to-chest to exchange a positive set of energy. If someone's having a pretty bad day, you can pull it off of them and maybe exchange your good energy with them, but it relaxes you. When you are embracing with someone who you truly are in love with and that you want to be around, your shoulders drop, and any anxiety that you have, it just drops down. Now, you can do it for longer, but a minimum of 2 minutes is always the best thing. If you do this for at least 5 days, I promise you that you will feel a difference in how you go to bed in the evening. Some extra things might happen in the bed in the evening, but I'm just saying.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I love that. That's really good.
This is a public.
I really like that.
We're just public servants here. That's all I am. The public service announcement. We, Paula Pardell, Coach K. We are here bringing you nuggets of knowledge like that. So, Paula, you help the person. You always talk about the rose-colored glasses, Coach. Do people always sort of go after the same ones? Is the same type? Is that your idea? Everybody says no.
People get stuck in a cycle of normalcy.
Okay, and Paula calls that rose-colored glasses.
Yeah.
You're always going to try and find. You're looking for what you want to see.
Yeah, and then you try to force those glasses to stay on all day long.
And next thing you know, the glasses are like this, and you're realizing this ain't what I signed up for.
Absolutely, and that's where that pre-dating and premarital coaching comes into place. You need to take the glasses off and see people for who they are, beyond the physical, beyond the social media. See that person for who they are. Take your contacts out. Give them in your face. Who are you?
I didn't know you were like that. So you and Paula really are doing. So Paula, one of the things that we talk about with you is people are swiping left and right and looking at pictures.
Right.
Men are notorious for that one. I mean, that'd be us.
It really,
looking at that.
It's a shallow connection if you just base it on one picture. And what
How about
I do,
3 or 4 pictures?
well,
Angles. Don't get fooled. Don't get fooled.
Angles and filters.
And filters.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Paula.
we turn that around and we start with the compatibility part. Before you can get in front of yourself and put the rose-colored glasses on, we start with the compatibility because that's the foundation of your relationship. And like you were saying, those rose-colored glasses do fall off at some point in a relationship. So, of course we have to be attracted to someone and we have to have chemistry, but your compatibility is the foundation of what keeps you together. That's the glue of your relationship.
Yeah.
That's what needs to be there first.
And so for you, it's a questionnaire. For you, it's pre-whatever counseling. Pre-whatever.
Yeah, everyone that comes for coaching does a full assessment. And it's everything from exercise, your diet, what are your 3 long and short-term goals. I get all of this information.
Okay, so let me ask you, how do you start out being a coach?
A sexologist?
Yes, a sexologist. The inquiring minds want to know.
Dr. Rachel Ross, she used to be on that show called The Doctors many years ago. She actually created an institute. It's the Dr. Rachel's Institute. And I am also a bedroom candy consultant. So from there, she introduced this to a couple of consultants some years back. I went through her course is rigorous. I love it. It's everything from anatomy when you're born to opening up your practice to traditions and other cultures. And we go through this entire course of learning all of these pieces And that's how I became a sexologist.
Alrighty, folks, that's what we do. I tell you, we bring a little bit of something, everything here to you on the mic with Mike. Paula Pardell here with Modern Love. So, Paula, what's next big? What are we talking about? So we talked about boundaries, communications. What's next up that we can give these good people that they have to look forward to?
Well, this ties in with what she does. Trust is a big issue. You know, if you want to have a good life in the bedroom, you've got to have trust also. You've got to be able to trust that person, that they're looking out for your best interest. And also, you want someone that brings out the best in you.
Yes.
Do you want to be with someone that brings out, because everybody has a bad side. They have the jealous side, the anger side. Do you want to be with someone that just brings that to the top, or do you want to be with someone that brings out the best in you, makes you happy and creative and looking to do new things, I guess?
Alrighty, folks, the time is 1:58. The program is On the Mic with Mike, here with Paula Pardell, Coach K, talking love, intimacy, sexperts. I don't know what I'm talking. I'm trying to keep this as a business show, and here we are. So Paula's here with Modern Love. Coach K is coming back down the road. I'm not sure when you're back here to talk about, more what you do. So, folks, it has been a pleasure. Coach K, real quick, tell people how they can find you.
You can find me at loveandintimacy101.com. On Instagram, it's Coach K, K-A-Y 101. And you can always call me at 804-967-4551.
Paula Pardell.
BloomMatchmaking.com. Give me a call at 804-205-5063.
Alrighty, folks, we'd like to thank everyone who's come through this week. Big shout out to Anthony Harris, RV Magazine, was here. We got Paula Pardell here, Coach K, Sandra Wilson. Make sure you follow her stuff at Black Connection LLC.
Yes.
It's been my pleasure being here with you this week. This is the place where the game changers come. As I always say, folks, take care of each other. This foolishness that's out there, trust me, we do not stand for it here. This program, On the Mic with Mike, we stand up for people's rights. So stop dogging Black Lives Matter or any other opportunity that you get. Look for the good in people. As I always say, baby, I'm on the way home. As soon as this is over, we're out here trying to beat the Rona. We will talk to you next week. Thanks now. Take care.
That was good.
That was awesome.
I'm surprised that was your first time. It took me a long time to warm up and not be so nervous.
I do Facebook Live
do that
shows
stuff,
and
yeah.
podcasts with other people. So I get, and anytime that, if I'm talking about this realm, I can talk all day long about it with no problem whatsoever.
Our lives have gone into 3-4 hours.
Yes.
Before.
That's good. All right, thank you for coming on short notice. I just brought this up this morning.
You're so funny. Acting like you're all embarrassed and stuff.
Yeah, and literally, I'm 5 minutes down the road, so I was like, "Oh, this works."
And then I'm like, hey.
So you did this at the last minute?
Yeah.
Was it last,